So you met a girl and now you're wondering if she's hooked on you or not. Welcome to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to teach you how to hook her in the beginning stages of your dating journey with her. A lot of you guys haven't actually felt what it's like to have a girl love you. I'm going to put a stop to that right now, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get her hooked early on in the relationship. So you have all heard the terminology, the rat race.
You never get tired of the rat race?
Because we're always chasing that cheese. You kind of want to have the same mentality where you want her to be yearning for more. You have to be sure that you have what she wants. And number two, she wants you more than you want her. If you've been following our channel for a while, you know we give you the tools to make sure that every girl's head over heels for you and live a true life of abundance. Whether she's a 10, a 9, or 8, or 7, you can make every single one of those girls be head over heels for you. Now, if she's absolutely insane, then it's probably not good for you anyway. What I want to say is, if you do those two things, she will be craving you from very, very early on. So there's different ways to do different things. So let's attack number one. How do you know you have what she wants? Well, the first thing is, when you first met her, you have to be able to show her that you can provide her with a relationship. You have to make sure that you're boyfriend material. How do you know you're boyfriend material? You don't have to be rich. You don't have to drive a Lamborghini. You don't have to do any of those things, but you have to be able to communicate, and you have to be able to take care of yourself and her. Very important that you guys are able to communicate that, because think about it this way. If you go to the car dealership to buy a car, you know what you want in the car. You go to the salesman and you say, hey, look, I'm trying to get this car. I want it blue. I want it with leather seats, and I want it to be a V8. You have your own rubric for what you want. Likewise, the salesman is not going to tell you, hey, you want a red leather interior, you want a brown car. You're not going to let the salesman tell you what you want. It's the same thing when you first meet a girl. You want to establish the rubric and the relationship and what is good for both of you. Notice how I said for both of you and not for her or not for you. If you actually want something with her, you have to start treating it as a team dynamic. I am not rich, but I'm working hard to get somewhere, and I can take care of us. So you can go ahead and relax and take care of children if that's what you want. Vice versa, if your narrative and if your image of having a long-term relationship looks different, you want to be able to communicate that rubric to her and be able to communicate it successfully so you make her excited about it. And how do you do that? Is by building attraction, by being fun, by being flirty, and by giving her emotions no one has given her before. That is all it takes. And I like to say this all the time. There's always bigger fish, okay? If you're a millionaire, there's always going to be a different millionaire, a better millionaire. If you're tall, there's going to be a taller guy. If you play sports, there's always going to be other athletes, so on and so forth. However, if you give her certain amounts and certain emotions, if you make her feel a certain type of way that no one else can, that is irreplaceable. You then make yourself a one of a kind. And a lot of guys don't get that. That's how you make sure you really have what she wants, is by establishing that rubric for the relationship and giving her the emotions that no one else can, so you become irreplaceable. By the way, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can keep up with all the free value we put on YouTube. I love to get to know you guys, so leave a comment. I always respond personally to all the comments. We love your efforts. Number two, how do you make sure that she's more into you than you are into her, despite what she looks like? Sometimes you might feel like she's out of your league. So how do you do that? If you're able to do that first one successfully, where you're able to establish that rubric and you're able to go ahead and communicate that value, then that in itself is going to require a certain skill. And that certain skill is what's required for her to be head over heels for you more than her. If you give her those emotions, you will be irreplaceable. Giving those emotions to her requires you to be able to communicate and be able to understand. And a lot of guys don't get that. They look at women objectively. They look at women like a system, like a numbers game, and that's not how it is. Let me ask you this. Would you rather be the sales guy that knocks on 100 doors to get one sale, or the guy that knocks on 10 doors to get one sale? That's the exact same reasoning here. The better you are at communicating and understanding, the better you are at knowing how to establish a rubric that will work for a relationship, something that she could look forward to and get that title and kind of almost hold it a little bit away from her, and at the same time have her head over heels for you because you're the only one providing those emotions. That's what's really going to get her hooked at the beginning of the relationship. Now you say, why is that? Why does that work? If you're holding a carrot in front of a bunny and on a treadmill, he's going to keep chasing it. Here, that carrot is a relationship, and so that kind of gives you that dynamic. There is a constraint. For the most part, you have to sleep with her before any of this goes down. That is a small constraint. There are exceptions to the rule. If she is truly a innocent, good girl, there are exceptions, and a lot of you guys will confuse this, but nothing is black and white. There are some exceptions to that rule, and it just depends depends. It's a case-by-case study. So I already know the comments are going to say, hey, well, if she's a good girl and you don't have to have sex with her before that, blah, blah, blah. There are good girls out there. Yes, 100%. But that is not the general rule in Western society nowadays, unfortunately. If you have an exception, comment down below and I would love to actually take a look at that. The next girl you meet might be the last girl you need. Go ahead and leave a comment, like, subscribe, guys. We'll talk to you next time.